Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Animal Lovers Cafe, celebrating Veterans Day, among other things. So just come on into the cafe, say hi to the animals. We're remembering and thanking the animals that have served in the military. Yes, so thank you if you are a veteran. Thank you for your service. But the animals get forgotten. Let's remember them and celebrate them and thank them for their service. And now, now they're back into regular life, or maybe not. But thank them. And so by that I meant maybe they're still working because a lot of animals love to work. So come on into the cafe. Thank you for being here to celebrate. And also in our celebration of veterans, of animal veterans, we're also going to be I'm going to be sharing with you why I've been away, why I missed last week and what's going on. So you have to stick around to find out what's been going on with my babies. So do you have a veteran or are you a veteran? Write yes or no in the comments so that we can say hi to you and thank you so much for your service. And if you actually have an animal who was in the military, let us know. Maybe share a picture in the comments, like over in the Animal Lovers Cafe Facebook group, because we want to celebrate them and thank them so much for their service. Because without them, we wouldn't be here right now in the same way that we are. Yeah. And I also want to welcome new people. Anybody that's new? Welcome to the Animal Lovers Cafe. We're just a bunch of animal-loving humans, along with our animals. And if you don't know me because you're new, my name is Janet Dobbs of Animal Paradise Communication and Healing, where my greatest joy is to help you discover your unique way of telepathically communicating with animals and also your very special, unique way of healing with animals. So get yourself kind of comfortable, quiet, situated. Pay attention because you're not going to want to miss anything that we're going to be talking about today. It all will affect you in some way or another. But first, I just want to talk a little bit about Veterans Day and celebrate the animals that have served and are now in civilian life. So thank you for your service. And thank all of the humans also. Thank you so much for your service. And for those of you that don't really understand what Veterans Day is, as opposed to Memorial Day is the day that we celebrate those who lost their lives in service to this country. And then all over the world, other countries also celebrate and remember those that gave their lives. But Veterans Day is not about that, although it's kind of the two holidays or celebrations or remembering have been mushed together. Veterans Day is about thanking those that have served. Thank you for your service. So the humans and the animals that have served. And now, and nowadays, we also thank people that are presently in the service, but a veteran is not somebody that is in the service. It's someone who has served. But anyhow, that's my understanding. And if I got that wrong, please write in the comments and let me know. So this dog is serving and right alongside with this human that obviously loves this dog very much. And this dog also doing his work. So many animals need a job. They love to work. So just remembering those that served and thanking them. Thank you so much. And it's not just dogs. There's all kinds of animals. Horses, donkeys. Those are some common ones. Birds, carrier pigeons. I don't know if they're used anymore now, currently. Dolphins have been used. All kinds of animals serve alongside of humans for all kinds of reasons. So let's remember them and thank you so much for taking care of us. And also thanking the humans. So I just had to include this. This was Veterans Day quite a few years ago. In the center is my dad with the dark jacket on, and next to him is his best bud, Mr. Jordan. And they were both in the American Legion Post. My dad was a commander of the Legion Post of McLean, and this was a Veterans Day service, and they were the last of the World War II vets. So at this time, we were thanking all the veterans for their service. And I just really so love, my dad and his best bud. Mr. Jordan was the father of my best friend in high school. So it's kind of cool thing. There's such a camaraderie. I was not in the military, no way. I was of the Vietnam generation. That's a whole other thing. So we had the draft, and you young people don't have a clue what that was like. When your number was up, you had to serve. And it was only men, not women. It was a very different time. And those veterans did not come home to a hero's welcome because we were protesting the war. We that were not in the military were trying to stop the war. So it was a whole different time. So those of you that are veterans of the Vietnam War, I thank you so much for your service, for all that you have done for us and what you're doing now even. Thank you so much. I cannot thank you enough. So thank all of the veterans. But we're especially remembering and thanking the animals who have served right along the humans. So that's my celebration of Veterans Day for animals. I hope that if you know of an animal that has served, please thank them and thank their human for taking care of them. Because as the animals come back and go into civilian life, they may not live with military people. They may just live with, those of us that haven't served in the military. But they're back. But they did amazing work. They did an amazing job. And it was hard. So I thank you all so much, the humans and the animals, for your service. And please feel free to share in the comments, whether you're watching live or whether you're watching the replay, if you know of any animals that have served and how, so we can acknowledge them and thank them. Yeah. So I'm going to move on to another topic to let you guys know. Just want you to know why I was away last week and why I have been really unavailable for, way over a week. My kitty Max, who used to always be here, and then he kind of stopped showing up for a little while. Let's see. But that's Luna, his twin sister. So if you see her, he looks almost exactly like her, only a little bit different. But he stopped eating, Max. He stopped eating for over 7 days. This time last week, I was in the emergency. Well, no, you're not allowed in the emergency room. I was in the emergency room with him, sitting outside in the parking lot. And we never found out. Still to this day, we do not know the cause. There is no diagnosis of why he stopped eating. He got really, 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 really sick, and then physically sick. And then he stopped eating for 7 days. So you guys know what it feels like when your animal companion is not well or they're injured. Yeah, let me know. Share in the comments what it's like for you. Do you have anything that you do? How do you respond? How do you act? What are your emotions like? Because when we're all worried, which is normal and natural, they pick up on it. So first they're feeling not well, whether they're physically injured or they have a, something's going on with them. And then we're all upset. So then they're even more upset. And there's this vicious cycle of worry and more. It's really stressful and it doesn't help with healing. So I'd like to share with you a few things that you can do. Do you know what you would do if there was an emergency? Because I thought I knew, but I wasn't prepared for the way things are now. Things are different. It used to be you just picked your animal up and you rushed to the animal emergency room, right? Since COVID, that is not the case. I always call ahead, even if I'm in the midst of rushing to the emergency room, and I've done that far too many times over the years. And this time, we called ahead to our usual place, and they said, "Oh, we're at capacity." Well, I'm like, "Excuse me, what? We can't take him." I'm like, "What? Wait." They can't take anybody. And I was like, "What?" They gave a list of other places to go. They were really far away. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Like, especially an animal that was in really serious situation, life and death, in that moment. What do you do? I was shocked. I couldn't get over it. So that's the way things are now, evidently. So we were able to get him into a different emergency room at 1 a.m. Thank goodness I did that, because if I had waited until earlier, like I waited until like 8 o'clock daylight time, they were so full. There were so many people, he wouldn't have been seen. And I don't know where I would have gone. An hour drive, 2-hour drive, I don't know. That's kind of frightening. So you might want to have a plan for, what would you do if your animal companion had an emergency? Do you know what the situation is as far as emergency rooms in your area? Whether I'm in the United States, I'm in Northern Virginia, outside of Washington, D.C., but you might be in a different country. The situation might be different there, or it might not be. But have a plan, kind of check out ahead of time. It's not something we usually do. It's like, yeah, okay, I'll put it off. I highly recommend that you do not put it off. Have a plan. It's always good to have a plan. Know what you're going to do. Have those phone numbers like your veterinarian or the emergency room handy so you can pick up the phone right away, make a phone call so you can act. Because sometimes it's time to act. You can't wait around any longer. Yeah. So, I just want to share with you something that you can do after you've gotten your animal companion settled. You've taken them to the emergency room. So for me, I was sitting out in the parking lot because I wasn't allowed to go in unless I needed to use the restroom. And that was making me crazy. And so I sat out, it was dark in the parking lot all by myself, waiting to hear, what's going on. We thought maybe there's a foreign object blocking him. That's, we didn't know. We had no idea what to expect. So while you're waiting, and then it's like, you don't want to get yourself all worked up, right? So I was going to share with you how to check your animal's body, whether it's dog, cat, horse, bird, any animal, how you can check them. If you're not an animal communicator or you don't have one that you can call to have them check in for you in that moment, you can check them. But let me know if you're interested in learning that, and I'll share that with you next time if you are. And if you're not, well, then I'm not going to share. I'm sorry. So what also is the most important thing is us. What are we doing? So are we in this place of like, oh my God, I'm so worried. Oh my God. So notice, oh my God, I'm up here. My chest is really tight. My heart is really hurting and tight. My mind is like, ah. So we need to bring our energy down, to get grounded, to take a lot of breaths, nice and slow, not up here, down in your belly. So why don't you join me? I'm going to share with you, this is what you can do with any animal that you have. You can do it standing, you can do it sitting, you can do it lying down. If you're lying down and you fall asleep, perfect. Because we need to relax and be calm And then when we do, our animals can relax, they can be calm, and they can heal. Because animals have their own inner wisdom to heal themselves. They know what to do. Sometimes they need our help. And that's what we do. Sometimes we have to do certain things, and then the things that we know how to do at home or at your barn on the farm aren't enough. So then you need to get them to somebody or bring somebody to you, a medical professional that can help. But in that space and time, you still need to do everything you can to be present, fully present, and not make it about you and all of your worry. Make it about me and all of my worry, because I certainly did do that. And then I remembered as I was sitting out in the parking lot, this is what I did, and I'm going to share this with you. So feel your feet on the ground. And for me, I was sitting in a car, so I put my feet on the floor of the car, and I sat up. Do you want to sit up or stand up? And take some nice slow in-breaths. Nice and slow down to your belly. And as you do, breathing in, as you breathe out, allow your body to relax and feel very present in your body, very relaxed. Notice just with taking a couple of in-breaths down to your belly and breathing out, notice a difference. Notice how you're feeling. So I'm going to just continue a little bit, just for a couple of minutes. Join me in a little meditation. It's a grounding meditation that will help you connect with your animal companion, no matter where they are. So in this case, Max was in the emergency room. So I connected with Max. So right now, connect with your animal companion through your heart center. But sometimes there's so many emotions up here in our heart, it's overwhelming for our animals and can be overwhelming for us too. All that emotion. So we're going to just drop down into our belly, into the energy center that's called the Hara Center, Hara, H-A-R-A. In other modalities, it's known as the Dantian or the Tendan. But it's basically an energy center that's located 3 finger widths below your belly button and slightly in. You can place your hands right there, right now on your belly. Take a nice slow in-breath. Feel your belly rising, and then breathe out nice and slow, releasing any tension that you might have. So close your eyes just for a moment. Feel your connection with your animal companions through your heart center, but let's drop down, breathing in, feeling down to your belly, and then breathing out. Breathing in, feeling your belly rise, feeling your feet, feel down to your feet, feel them on the ground, on the surface that you're touching. Breathing out, releasing any tension you have. Breathe in again, nice and slow. Down to your belly. Breathing out, feeling connected to your animal companion wherever they are. And you can do this right now, feeling your connection with your animals. Now this time, breathing in, and imagine healing energy is flowing in with your breath, going all the way down to your belly, filling that beautiful healing energy center called the Hara in your belly. And as you breathe out, imagine this beautiful healing energy is flowing out through your skin in all directions and into your surroundings. Breathe in again, nice and slow. Imagine healing energy flowing in with your breath, down to your belly, filling your whole body, your whole being, every cell with healing energy. And as you breathe out, imagine this energy is slowly flowing out into your surroundings. Feel the connection with your animal companion. Breathe in again. Nice and slow, gentle at your own pace. Don't force it. Feeling healing energy flowing down to your belly, filling your whole being. Slowly breathing out. Feeling this energy flowing out through your skin, into your surroundings, connecting with your animal companions wherever they are. So you can continue to breathe like this for a few more times. One more breath in and out, or 2 or 3. And when you feel complete, just sit in this beautiful healing energy that you've created. Feel your connection with your animal companions. Feel the healing energy calming them, surrounding them. Same with you. And that they can take whatever they need or nothing at all. It's up to them. You can stay in this space, in this energy for as long as you like. But right now, just take a nice slow in-breath. Notice how you feel now. And when you feel ready, slowly open your eyes, look around, and smile. So how was that for you? Do you feel any different? You could feel much more relaxed in your body, grounded. Maybe you feel heavy. Maybe you feel your butt in the chair if you're sitting. If you're standing, your feet sinking into Mother Earth. Really heavy. That's the way we need to be for our animals when they're in crisis, when they're not feeling well. So check yourself. I had to check myself. Yeah. I had to check myself a lot when Max was in the midst of each moment. So I was really living in each moment. And I realized my voice was louder. My husband's voice was louder. Luna was running and hiding. Max was hiding. That doesn't serve anybody. So I was like, okay, I need to really check my words. I need to check my voice, the pitch of my voice, the volume of my voice to help me become more centered, more grounded. You can do the same thing, and it changes everything. Also, when we're in that place of worry and fear, that doesn't help anybody. So just noticing how you're feeling in that moment. Are you feeling that fear and that worry? Just breathe into it. It's normal, it's natural, but try to let it go a little bit. Be in that moment and know that you're in the moment, and the next moment something good might happen. Something might change. That's what happened for us. We were about to put a feeding tube in Max Monday. He hadn't eaten for over 7 days. Called the emergency rooms because that's what we said. We were told we had to go through them through internal medicine to get a feeding tube put in, and they were at capacity, all of them. They said, it's like an appointment in 2 weeks. 2 weeks? I mean, he doesn't eat for 2 more weeks. It's already been 1. What? So I finally got through to our primary care, and we took him, and everything changed. Everything changed. It was amazing. So just know, the blink of an eye, everything can change. We were sent the right person, the right thing to do. And what happened is he was given an injection of, appetite stimulant and nausea suppressant. And he responded. That night he ate that much food. He licked it. It's like, oh, wow, first time in 1 week. The next day he ate. And he's been eating a little more ever since. So we've been, we're still waiting. We don't know what's going on with him. We're waiting for some more tests to come back. But he is, pretty on the way back. He's on the way back. So anyhow, we still don't know what's going on with him. But anyhow, the same thing with your animals. Sometimes you get a diagnosis, sometimes you don't. But sometimes they know how to heal themselves. Sometimes they need help. So I just want to thank you so much for being with me today with Luna. She's all relaxed from a nice little meditation. You can go back and listen to that meditation anytime or do your own version. I highly recommend that you practice a practice like that. And if you're interested in learning how to practice meditation with your animals, meditation and healing, look at the description below. I have some links to a meditation program where we meet once a month. Also, there's some free guided meditations that you can do with your animal companions anytime. So just click the link and check out the meditations. It's so important to be calm and quiet with our animals at least once a day. It changes everything. And then you can just go and have fun with them. So I want to thank all the veterans for their service, the humans and the animals. I want to thank you for joining me so much. I will see you next time. Remember, have fun with your animals. Thank you for your service. Happy Veterans Day. Have fun with your animals.